As of the making of this video in October of 2022, there is a massive car shortage going on, driving new and used car sale prices through the roof. We're seeing insane dealer markup prices and increased overall car value. The car I bought back in 2017, yeah, it's worth the same price now as it was then, even with 50,000 more miles on it. It's great for the people looking to offload some of their vehicular assets, but good luck to anyone buying, especially a new car. And it's not like the Fed's latest attempts to slow inflation are doing you any good, because now interest rates are through the roof too. Today, we'll be looking at why all this is happening. Why can't we afford the same cars we could a few years ago? Why are dealers marking up prices to double of the MSRP? We're about to figure that all out. Welcome to the post-COVID car shortage. So of course, we all know where this started. March 2020. Global unrest has set in as the coronavirus begins spreading around the world. Schools and businesses are closing down, masks are becoming a normal part of daily life, and people are starting to be afraid to go out in public. I mean, nobody wants to catch this mystery disease. Soon, the world shifts to a remote way of life, conducting work and school through online video conference rooms like Zoom. God damn, I wish I invested in Zoom at the IPO. The best part of all this? Empty ass roads and no cops to stop you from going mock Jesus on the highway. Seriously, why in the heck wouldn't you have taken this opportunity to have a great time on the roads? Anyway, business shutdowns result in, guess what? People not working. Factories aren't producing and shippers aren't shipping. The big industry we're looking at here is computer chips. That's the main limiting factor preventing new cars from being completed. It's why tens of thousands of freshly built cars are sitting in parking lots awaiting completion. Keep in mind, computer chips are in damn near everything. Graphics cards, toasters, cell phones, and of course cars. And there's a fuck ton of them in cars. There was already problems in the chip industry happening just before the pandemic too, like a spike in demand for 5G systems and a lack of manufacturing equipment. COVID was just another big hit that they couldn't withstand without facing huge issues. Plus, a string of bad luck magnified the problem. A factory in Japan, for example, caught on fire, and a Texas factory had to be shut down for a while due to a storm. So, this is factor number one. No new chips. When the pandemic first started, everyone was more or less homebound until they worked up the courage to start going outside regularly again. Even then, the businesses that survived often required that you make an appointment to visit, including the DMV. As if the DMV wasn't already enough of a pain in the ass to visit. So for a while there, while everyone was at home watching Netflix, experts forecasted a massive drop in demand for, well, everything honestly, cars included. And for a bit, they were right. Guess what though? Demand shot straight back up within months. This made for a textbook bullwhip effect. Basically, this is just when companies underestimate demand just before demand shoots up. Of course, then they don't have enough supply to meet the demand, and it can take a while for them to catch up. At this point, we can see that most industries are getting close to being caught up. We saw this supply shortage with other things too, like PlayStation and graphics cards, and hell, even toilet paper for some godforsaken reason. And that's factor number two, bad forecasting for demand. The perfect storm of events following the start of pandemic led to a worldwide supply chain crisis. A big part of this is because of that bullwhip effect that we just talked about. Extreme demand shifts in a short period of time, labor shortages and lockdowns kept our precious new GR Toyotas from getting on a boat to the US. This is one of the biggest worldwide issues by far at the moment, and that boat getting stuck in the Suez Canal last year definitely didn't help. I mean, there were hundreds of cargo ships waiting to dock at their destination ports, just sitting there burning money until they could finally dock. Current events are still hitting the supply chain crisis hard. Parts of China are still getting locked down for COVID. And of course, Mr. Dictator Putin has to stir things up in Ukraine, causing them to be cut off from trade and closing off their territory from other trade routes. I don't see the supply chain crisis ending for a while, sadly, so I'll be waiting a while for my import car from Japan. And that's factor number three, the supply chain crisis. Like I mentioned, there's a perfect storm of events causing all these problems. There are also other smaller things affecting the car shortage, but these are the biggest points causing problems for us. There is a light at the end of the tunnel though, a assuming no more global catastrophes strike. Most people think things with the chip shortage will steady at some point in 2023. Companies are already getting close to catching up with demand, and car demand is dropping a bit, which will force car prices down. The drop in graphics cards demand after the Ethereum merger helps us too. More for us. And with an end to the chip shortage comes an end to the car shortage. Hopefully no more 12-month plus wait times for new cars. Keep in mind though, inflation is the new issue on the rise, so don't expect prices to go down by much. And certainly don't expect lower interest rates for a while. It sucks, but that's just some of the things that we're gonna have to learn to live with in the world. So, that's it. That's why your new car costs double the MSRP. That's why your new car has a wait time of over a year. That's why thousands of unfinished cars are sitting, rotting away in parking lots. Maybe if we cross our fingers, no more world events will keep us further from our cars. We can only hope, but we shall see what 2023 has in store for us. After all, everything's been going downhill since Harambe died back in 2016. Regardless, I wish everyone luck in the coming years, no matter what ends up happening. So thank you for watching. I hope you were able to learn something from this, and I will see you all later.